All right, we back. Main event. Let's ring the bell. Let's do it. It's the weekend. All right. Main event. I want you to listen to this dating strategist. It's a female dating strategist on how to take advantage of men. Now, the video says how I would take advantage of men. And we talked about this, set this up along the show of how men who are unsuspecting, who believe women and take women seriously, get taken advantage of. My advice to men a long time, stop taking women seriously. All right. Much of what they're doing is basically how children operate, right? I changed my mind. All right. I don't want to do that no more. They just put up a hissy fit. They stomp their foot. They shame, ridicule, ignorant, same insult, guilt, need to be right. And then they want to be taken seriously in 1 minute. And then the next minute, I'm just joking. So what a lot of things they're doing is thoughting and plotting. They're preying on you. And a lot of men coming in unsuspecting. Oh, she's nice to me and I'm nice to her. She loves me. She doesn't. She's taking advantage of you in some sort of way. So this woman, we're going to put her up on the screen. I believe her, let me see. Yeah, her name is Elise. I don't want to promote her, but her name is Elise Michaels. She says she is a dating strategist. I'm not sure what that is. But here she is right here. Shout out to Elise Michaels.
Where the white women at?
All right, and it says right here, trigger warning, dark psychology, how I would take advantage of men. Wow. Okay, now this is not what she's saying she would do, but I'm pretty much, she probably has done these things. All right, she probably has done these things. Now she says dark psychology, and what we need to know about dark psychology is that there is a dark thing that women do to actually get into the minds of men. All right, they do a lot of things. They might do witchcraft. They might do anything, related to tarot cards or card readings or birth charts, astrology. Astrology is a big one. They try to match up signs and see if this matches with this. If they're big into that, they're doing some sort of manipulation, right? They're trying to match up something that you might not even know or be aware of that they're using as a power. They're using some sort of, what they call it, manifesting or attracting or some sort of chanting or praying. And a lot of it comes from dysfunction, or it comes from some religion or background or something that they're studying. It might come from Sprinkle or any of these Wizard Liz bitches. All right, it might be coming from any of these avenues or angles, which means in effect, they're putting a lot of thought into how they're dealing with you, and you're putting none in. You're putting none. Like, you're not matching that energy back. You might not even say, well, you can do what you want. She's lighting candles and casting spells on you, right? Lighting up sage and doing kind of crazy shit like this. So this is how she's governing the relationship. And she might even sprinkle some shit on her pussy to get you to be more, some pheromone soap on her pussy, right? Right before you fuck. And you don't even know this is happening. Now, in her world, she might see how you react to that, how intimate you are, how she's able to control you in bed, and she might be making a judgment call on that. Okay, you were more passionate. You were less passionate. Which ones work? Then it goes down to the clothes that they pick out. This is all subtle manipulation and strategy. So realize that you're trying to run game on them by giving me a couple of pimp quotes in culture. And I'm like, dude, they're way ahead of you. They're way ahead of you in practicing this. They're way ahead of you on a daily basis of how they think about this. They're way ahead of you. Even to the point, even when they cook for you, you heard, don't eat everybody's spaghetti and red sauce, right? Some women dip their panties or period blood in the food that they create for you, and you ain't seeing it. Definitely if you're dealing with people from the Caribbean, all right, people from the South, Louisiana, Mexicans, Filipinos, all right, the Mexicans of the sea Mexicans, all right, these people are bringing in something. They might piss in your fucking coffee. They might fucking put their period blood in your shit while you ain't looking. And she be like, I'll cook for you. And you upstairs, and she downstairs putting period blood in your shit. Okay? And then she's seeing you eating it up and gobbling it up. And she just sitting back like, She might dip her panties in the fucking lemonade. You never know. Like, they're doing this stuff. So then you're talking about running game, or you might even be the nice guy. You don't even see this shit coming. Not that it's doing anything, but I'm saying these things do stuff. Thai women, especially if they're in the province, they're doing shit like this, right? They do shit like this. Caribbean women, all the time. all the time. So this is where it gets dark. Dark triad, which we'll talk about it here before we play her video. It says right here, this is narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. This is a mix of the dark triad, dark psychology, if you will. This is also attributed to men, but they're saying there's evidence that women have this, and it's characterized by narcissism, grandiose pride, egotism, and lack of empathy. Then Machiavellianism is characterized by manipulation and exploitation of others, a lack of morality, callousness, and extreme self-centeredness. I think that's mostly women for sure, but that could be CGA as well. I don't manipulate or exploit others. I think women do by far in all relationships they engage in, whether it's sexual or not sexual. Then psychopathy is characterized by antisocial behavior, impulsivity, selfishness, callousness, and unemotional traits. Remorseless. So remorseless. So you catch them cheating, remorseless. Or they don't do what they don't do something you want and you complain about it. She'll say, well, you didn't tell me, so it didn't count. You didn't tell me I couldn't sleep with other people, so you didn't say it, so you didn't give me any rules, so it didn't count. Now, when they go back at home, they'll think about it. They might even look it up and say, damn, did I do him wrong? But most of the time, you will find that they have no sense of remorse because they just didn't find the next guy, all right, to put up with their shit or to do the 6 months in a one-day lie. They were like, okay, well, I couldn't manipulate him anymore. They never feel any pain. They just move on. They never felt like they've been done wrong, so they just move on. I didn't do wrong. It was on him. And this is why. So it was his fault. They just move on. You think they're sitting at home like, damn, I really screwed him over, and I really feel bad. No, they don't. There's another guy at the door tomorrow. Okay, so they have this sense of remorselessness, and people are going to say men have this too. Well, I don't date men, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay. So you have this dark triad right here, which is the dark psychology. You also have this where you have women kind of showing that they have this double-sided dark psychology where it's the angel and the devil. Okay, women that dress up like devils and these type of things, slut devils during Halloween as their alter ego, but they're also the good girl. And they'll do this on social media, Snapchat. They have a wall with wings painted on them, and they'll lean next to it with their angel wings. In the next picture, they're dressed like a slutty devil. They're showing you that they have two sides, the alter ego and the side that they present in public. All right. They'll do the halo. Right. This is this dark psychology here. And it says the dark triad personality traits, narcissism, psychopathy, and Machiavellianism are typically associated with men, but research indicates women also exhibit these traits. While women may score lower on the traits overall, they can still display behaviors indicated on the dark triad, such as manipulative tactics, a lack of empathy, and tendency towards revenge and infidelity. All right, so even when they cheat on you, whose fault is it when they cheat? Well, you didn't tell me not to cheat. Would you push me into his arms? Would you keep telling me I was cheating, so I went ahead and cheated? Well, I didn't intend to cheat. It just happened, so get over it. Or I was a whore before you. It didn't count because that was before me. I wouldn't be a whore now, obviously. And then you get with them, and then they're still a whore. And you're like, I thought you were going to stop being a whore. Well, it's in me. I'm a hoe. I can't help it. But it's because of you I was a whore. Now you're just the next person that they blame shit on. Right? She goes from relationship to relationship to relationship, and you're going to be the next villain. You're going to be the next villain. All right? So you think you're going to change her. You think you're going to save her. You're just the next villain. Okay? So you see there's no accountability, there's a lack of empathy towards how they treat you. They show up to court and dog you out like Cassie. Right? Even though she was facilitating, she sued this nigga, got $20-30 million, and then still was trying to put him in jail for life. The Money Mindset 2025. Join us if you are looking to elevate your mindset to the next level and get your financial information and game back to where it needs to be. This is the Blue Chip Mindset on steroids. We have 80 plus episodes from the last 2 years that you missed available via playback. You can get all of those episodes. Also, every live stream on Sunday night with all of our great contributors with subjects, cryptocurrency, investment, money 101, money 201. Also, if you're looking to become a social media content creator, this is the group for you. 2 times a month, we give you content creator information about how much money you can make via content creation. What are the most popular forms of content creation coming forward in the next few years, and how you can capitalize on an opportunity to be a content creator. Join patreon.com/Coach Greg Adams to find the money mindset link. Let's get our blue chip mindset on. The window is still open. Right? That's lack of empathy. That's cold-blooded. And then manipulative tactics. So let's go back to the main video here. What is this video? Okay, the main video. This is it. How I would take advantage of men. I want you guys to listen to this. And sometimes it be the regular girls, the girls that don't look like it. They don't got tattoos or any of this and all of that. Let's play the video. I'll play it in full and I'll come back.
If I use my powers for evil instead of good, I would take advantage of every single man. It would be easy, and this is exactly what I would do. First, I would figure out the core of his vulnerabilities spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally. And I would exploit these instances for my own gain, meaning I would take note of the traumatic moments, the meaningful moments, pets that were important to him, family members, and I would either create a relatable story, so he would then feel more connected to me and take pity on me, and then find a way he could become the hero in my own life so that he would feel like he's redeemed that traumatic situation from his childhood, making him more chemically attached to me. Then I would actually find the insecurities that he has about himself and love bomb him, while at the same time nitpicking just ever so slightly at the things that make him proud of himself, that he feels are part of his identity, that make him feel good as a man. Then he feels like I truly love him for him, but he also now wants my approval. I would do a lot of things for him that his mother didn't do, so that he finally feels like his childhood wound is starting to heal. Keep this going for a while, and then you drop the bomb. This is where you find one slight thing that he's done wrong, pick a fight, and make him feel the guilt. When he feels guilty enough, then you can drop the ask. He doesn't want to lose all these great things that you've been love bombing him with, so he's going to do what you say in order to redeem himself. And that's when you throw back in the hero scenario. You make him feel like he's just saved the situation. You've fully secured the addiction cycle. Some men listening to this are going to feel extremely triggered because they have been through this cycle with a woman. You feel like you're really in love. You feel like they really love you because of all the things that they've said, all the things that they've done. But you have to understand, if somebody is emotionally unattached, if they are just in it for their own gain, they use formulas that work. They look at behavior patterns and they just go with a formula to get what they want. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever been through this, and follow for more ways so that you can start to become familiar with these behavior patterns and avoid destruction.
Avoid destruction. Now, again, for me, I always talk about patterns of human behavior. I don't really make this about men or women. The only time I make this about men or women is because I tend to discuss relationships from the male perspective. So we're dealing with women. All right. So I could do a whole separate channel on men and how I've gotten over and manipulated women and shitted on them and all that stuff. I could do that all day long. I could do the dark triad from the male perspective. I can tell you what women have accused me of and probably have been right. Okay, so the reason why this channel tends to be, I'm telling you what women do, is not because I'm saying men don't do this. But we do need to distinguish that most men have no clue. So the men that are exhibiting these behaviors, they're controlling, manipulative, dark triad, narcissist, and all of these things, they may not be aware they're doing it, but they're exhibiting the behaviors based on insecurity or whatever. All right, some sort of control mechanism, or this is how they've been going from relationship to relationship, and those relationships fall apart because he becomes insecure or controlling, right? So we're talking about it from the male perspectives because we deal with women, right? And she's talking about you'll get destroyed if you're not aware of this. And I'm saying most guys are not aware. You just think that this is some nice young girl who's been mistreated all her life, never treated nice, been dealing with suckers and broke niggas and bums, and you're going to come in and be different. All right, all these broke sucker ass niggas treating me like shit, and I'm going to come in, I'm going to be different. All right, I want to treat you better. You deserve it. You deserve it. The way you work it. You know you're worth it. And then she says, nobody has ever been this nice to me. Megan Thee Stallion. Why are you so nice to me? Most people treat me like shit. They fuck my face and they nut on me and They just slap me around, throw me around, and treat me like a dirty whore. You, on the other hand, you treat me so nice. You take me out to nice things and restaurants. Nobody's ever taken me out on a date like this. But she's been through 50 of these guys, and here you go. You're number one. The first guy to ever treat her nice. Okay? You think she's going to be loyal to you. Oh, she's going to be loyal to me because I'm treating her nice. But she's used to be treated like a dirty slut. She wants to be treated like a dirty slut. She's wondering why you don't treat her like a dirty slut because everybody else does, but you're treating her nice. And she says, well, I like this, but she's not going to be loyal to you for it. She's then going to figure out, let me angle. I'm going to get the angle on this guy. All right, I can get him. I can hook him in. I can really hook this guy in. So while she's whoring still, she's trying to hook you in on the side. I'm going to play it back, and I'm going to break it down. You saw the whole video. You saw the whole video. Now you're going to see me break it down. You can rewind the video so you can see the whole video. Now I'm going to break it down, and I'm going to pause it throughout so I can point out certain things here. Okay? Now, just because I say she's going to do this doesn't mean these are bad women. These are just women, okay? These are just women. This is what they do. They don't have anything better to do with their day than to kind of think these scenarios through. They don't have anything better to do, all right? They multitask, they type, they work, and they think of these scenarios. They dream these shits up. Nothing they do is by accident. Nothing they do is by accident. Everything is purposeful. All right, so here we go. Let's start at the beginning right here.
If I use my powers for evil instead of good, I would take advantage of every single man.
Let me stop it right there. If I can use my powers for evil or good, I would take advantage of every single man. Now, this woman is not saying that this is what she's going to do. I think she probably has done this and she knows this, but I think she's trying to help people. I think whatever her angle is, she's trying to help people, but she's fully aware of what to do. But I would take advantage of every single man.
It would be easy, and this is exactly what I would do.
It's easy. Yes, it would be easy to take advantage of about 60% of men. You guys are gullible, goofy. You guys think women ain't evil or women don't do wild shit like this. You think it's some women and not all. Your wife does this to you, bro. Then when she runs through 50 bodies and this nigga got to be number 51 and then he can't get no pussy from her, but he got to put up all the money in the bills. Okay, you know who's very good at this? Women of the night, JUCOs, prostitutes, escorts. They're very good at this. They're trained for this. The pimp trains them or they learn it on their own as renegades. And they realize how to get the money from you. And then who do? Sometimes they give it over to a bum nigga, right, that sleeps on her couch. It's a really interesting thing, right? Let's continue.
First, I would figure out the core of his vulnerabilities spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally.
Stop right there. Physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. This is important going into what she's going to say next. It's not just physical. Men are just physical. We're somewhat emotional. Sometimes we try to hide our emotions. What's she thinking about? Spiritual. That's witchcraft. That's crystals. That's astrology. That's birth charts. That's manifesting. That's, you see what I mean? That's the spiritual part. You're coming in with none of this. But she thinks that this is going to affect the relationship. Let's continue.
I would exploit these instances for my own gain.
I'm going to exploit these for my own gain.
Meaning I would take note of the traumatic moments, the meaningful moments, pets that were important to him, family members, and I would either create a relatable story so he would then feel more connected to me and take pity on me.
Let me stop right there. So if a woman's asking you questions about your childhood, your birth sign, where did you grow up? Two-parent household. Were you a part of a divorce? Have you had a pet? A pet that died? Is this your first dog? This is all information she's gathering to possibly use against you or use for her purposes. So she then can create a story that is similar. Oh, I have a pet, and I had a pet dog, and I had a Labrador retriever. Yep, she's going to ask you your family. Are you the only child? What child order are you in? Do you have siblings, cousin? Who are you close to? Do you have a good relationship with your mom? You guys think that they're just asking these questions for no reason. They're asking you, so then, boom, I can then use them to be more he can be more connected to me and take pity on me because we share something. All right, yeah, I grew up with a single mom. My daddy wasn't there. Yeah, I got a dog. My dog died. Mirroring, people call it. And if you don't open up, you're mysterious. You don't share, you don't talk, you don't communicate. So nothing's by accident. The detailed information, and a lot of women don't realize they're doing this. I don't do all of it. I don't do this, but then when I tell you this and read it back, oh, I do that. Trauma bonding. You see, these are all things that she's doing. Now she's going to then mirror you, create that connection that she can exploit. Okay, this is why I say when dudes say they running game on women, I be cracking the fuck up. I'll be like, dude, you don't even know what the fuck you're up against. You don't even have a clue, especially goofy guys. That's why goofy guys talk about they running game. I'll be like, dude, she running game on you. Why I also call myself the Bruce Wayne of this ish. Be mysterious. When you're mysterious and curious, they're like, he not giving me info. He's not giving me the info. He's mysterious. He's curious. You can still get them in. She'll still try to reel you in, but she's got to guess now. I got to guess. I don't know what fucking prayer to manifest. I don't know what fucking heels to wear. I had a girl that she's coming in now. She was like, what fingernails color do you want? What toenail colors do you want? This is all them trying to get information and gather that information. Okay, he likes me when my toes are like this. All right, I'll be able to get him more excited. I'll be able to reel him in, type of shit. Okay, so here we go right here. Let's go to the next part. Information gathering.
Then find a way he could become the hero in my own life so that he would feel like he's redeemed that traumatic situation from his childhood.
I talked about that just right now. So now he can become a hero in my life and redeem my trauma. Okay, nobody's ever treated me nice. My father wasn't there. Now you're the hero. You can be a father figure, a mentor. You can be the nice guy in my life. You can be the guy that makes me restore faith in men. You can be the guy, I can take care of your dog when you travel out of town, and that's, my dog died and I don't have one. So now, we don't need another hero. What's your middle name? Information gathering. But this is stuff that they do even when they're young. When you were on the playground, 6th grade, 5th grade, they were already dabbling into this. Cartoons kind of reveal this. All right. Anytime you see a cartoon character, Lucy and Charlie Brown, the one girl, what you doing? There was always some manipulative brat ass girl trying to pull some shit on the dudes, and you was just worrying about Garbage Pail Kid cards. But there was always a girl, female cartoon character, that was hella manipulative in gathering information and tattletale and snitching. Okay, am I right or am I right? There was always a girl that was manipulating Tom and Jerry in the motherfucking show, and she was getting all the cats to take her to dinner, and these niggas was competing and trying to pull up in the biggest ride, right? It was always trying to get the fanciest steak for the cat, and she just batting her eyelids. Yep, Pepe Le Pew. Like, so it's always been there. Like, there's just levels to it. This is why when dudes say older women don't play games, I crack the fuck up. I'll be like, really? No, she's a master manipulator by 35. She's already had 15 years of training on there. You only had 3, 4, 5 years of training. And you learned from some goofy ass dating coach on how to run game on her. And she's like, this is going to be cute. All right, let's go ahead. Run some game on me. Okay. So this isn't just some master manipulation that they picked up at 19, 20, 25. Yeah, they got to hurt their head and get thumped over the head too. Then they go back to the motherfucking drawing board and they figure some shit out. They learn some shit. They start listening to some videos, watching some movies, The Craft, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and they start taking fucking notes. And you sitting over here thinking, I'm a good man. I pay all the bills. Again, men are simpletons. Men are simpletons. Women are very much complex, and they will throw in a whole bunch of shit. Let me continue here.
Making him more chemically attached to me. Then I would actually find the insecurities that he has about himself and love bomb him.
Woo! Wait! I will find the insecurities about him and love bomb him. This is what we call shit testing. So essentially what she'll do is that she'll trigger you. She's going to try to trigger you. Okay? And so what she'll do is she'll say something about you. Okay? I've dated guys that have Lambos. All right? And you're like, aren't you happy to be in my Porsche? She'll just say, psst. I've dated plenty of guys. They have their own Lambos. Now, is it true that she's done that? No, she fucked a couple of guys. Remember, I'm the nicest guy in her life. I'm treating her well. But she's now comparing me to all the other dudes that had Lambos. Has she ever been in a Lambo? Maybe, maybe not. But she'll say this to trigger the insecurity and be like, huh? She might even say she fucked around with a lot of guys. She messed with some NBA players. She messed with some NFL players. She knew some celebrities. She might say she has a lot of male friends. I hang out. I got a lot of male friends. It triggers your insecurity. She's on top. She goes out at Dre's in the Blue Martini. I be outside. That's going to trigger your, oh, shit. I'm going to have to watch her. Maybe she has options. She'll talk about all the options. I got guys that do this. I got a lot of guys in my DMs. Trigger that insecurity. Now, sometimes it's a lie. Sometimes it's embellished. Sometimes it is, right? She might say, you know, when I'm outside, a lot of people know me. It triggers your insecurity, right? So she does that on purpose. That is not accidental. This is not accidental. And why? So that when I get you insecure and feeling that you just regular, you ain't all that, you ain't special, then I love bomb you at the same time. So if I could trigger that insecurity, trigger you, then love bomb you at the same time, I got you.
That's who I.
Where's my damn sound effects here? She got you. That's what she's saying here.
Gotcha, bitch.
Now, it doesn't mean she got you. But what it means is she's looking for the guy that it works on. So she tries this on you and it doesn't work. She's back to the drawing board. She's back in the lab. She might even leave. She might even go, I'm not going to mess with this guy. I'm going to just start over with a new guy. Or I'll just keep him in this box. Apparently, he's emotionally unattached. She's going to mention that later. I guess I'm going to just have to fuck this guy, and that'll be it. You ever do that? Friends with benefits. This is how friends with benefits typically mess up, because this woman starts going, hey, he hitting that bottom. He going in here raw. He nutting in me. And then she starts going here. Boom, 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 boom. Changes the entire dynamic of the relationship. Men do it as well. They'll get more like insecure. She'll say, hey, I fuck other guys, or I hang out with other guys while we're friends with benefits, and you get insecure. And she might love bomb you on that side. All right, so that is a game she's playing. Doesn't mean it works on every guy. Doesn't mean it works on every guy. That's what guys are trying to listen to here. You're always trying to exploit a weakness in my argument. It ain't going to work on me. I didn't say it was going to work on you. What I'm saying is they're going to try it. They've tried it on you for sure. And you just deflected that shit. Or you saw it coming. Or you were never going to be attached to her. You were just trying to fuck her. By the way, the less beautiful she is, the more she has to do this. And the less it works. The more beautiful she is, it's like taking candy from a baby. Right? It's like taking candy from a baby. This is why women that are highly attractive, you know, mid-attractive, this is easy business for them. They do it like the back of their hand. And they look so innocent and sweet while they're doing it. All right, so don't think that I'm saying it's going to work on you. What we're saying is she's going to try it on you regardless. And then that's her thing. It's going to be something. But as you can see, she said, I'm going to trigger insecurity, then love bomb. Okay? And then it's going to be confusing because 1 minute you're arguing, next minute you're fucking. And she's passionately making love with you, but also she knows a rich man that's way more richer, way more handsomer, treats her way better, tricks on her and spends money, takes her on vacation. She knows this guy, but she's passionately making love to you. She triggered the insecurity by presenting him to you, then created a competition anxiety, then love bombed you. She must be way more important. When you're unsuspecting, you're going to get got. Oh, so she slept with 50 other guys. I'll marry her. Her past doesn't matter. Love bomb. She loves me, though. She kisses me on the lips. She told me she didn't kiss the other guys passionately. She told me that the dick wasn't even good for the previous 50 guys, but my dick is the best. Okay? She's the only one. She fucks with 5 other guys, but I'm the only one that nuts in her. I'm the only one that goes raw. This is all. All right. Or yeah, she might say, I don't normally date guys like you. I date guys that are taller. I date guys with more muscle. I date guys that are richer. I date guys that give me more money normally, but I'll give you a chance. That's a trigger your insecurity, then love bomb you. Huh? I usually date black guys. I usually date white guys. I never date black guys, but you're special. Love bomb. Okay. Let's continue.
While at the same time nitpicking just ever so slightly at the things that make him proud of himself.
Oh, so that goes back to the trigger insecurity, then love bomb, but still nitpicking so slightly at the things that make him proud of himself. That is deep. I don't think men are this complex when they're running game or any of this. You might hear some nagging or any of this. This is important. Okay, I triggered your insecurity. I love bombed you. I gave you sex, but I'm still gonna ever so slightly nitpick at the things that make him proud of himself. Your car, your house. Oh, I thought you would have a swimming pool back here. Nitpick. See that? Let's bring that value down. I remember I was sitting in the car with this one girl and my Porsche, and people when my Porsche, people tend to compliment my Porsche, not so much the G-Wagon. And then somebody went by complimented my Porsche, and she was like, "Damn, don't gas him up." She was mad. She said it out loud. She said the quiet part out loud. Don't gas him up. Why you gassing him up? She don't even have a Porsche. She has no Porsche. But because that guy walked by and was like, "This is a great car," and we were sitting somewhere where a couple of people walked by and they were taking pictures and pointing, she was mad that they were positively affirming that my car was valuable. And she was like, "Why you gassing them up?" Now remember, they got time for this, and they're also great at multitasking. So this is, you would think that this takes a lot of brain power to do, but no, this is very simple for them to do. Whereas us, we would take us a lot to do this. We would literally be distracted. When men engage in this, we're distracted by this. We can't focus on anything else. We can't focus on work. We can't focus on anything. Like when we get to this point as men, we're literally tunnel vision. Tunnel vision. We can't focus on anything else because we want to know her whereabouts, where she at, what she doing, who she talking to, who she texting, what she's wearing. Like men get tunnel vision to get to this point. We can't focus on anything. We can't become millionaires. We can't rich. We get lost in the sauce. The women can multitask and have this running in the background. This is what she talks to her friends about. When she talks to her friends, I'm going to hang out with my friend. This is what they're talking about. Every now and then they'll talk about some other difference. We ain't thinking about y'all. We ain't thinking about y'all. When she on her chat GPT, this is what she thinking about. When she texting her homegirls in the group chat, this is what she talking about. They ain't talking about going to get candles and shit at the fucking Bed Bath & Beyond. So she's going to nitpick. Your job ain't that important. Your career is boring. You work too much. You see what I'm talking about? But my girl loved me. She don't like you. You didn't have a woman that liked or loved you. Oh, boy. And when you ain't, just because you ain't talking, that doesn't mean she ain't gathering information. See here. See here. Just because you ain't talking, don't mean she ain't gathering information. Check this out. I want to show you this. Check this out. Don't think it's if I was bigger, if I was richer, and I have more status, I could avoid this shit. Take a look at this picture. Just because you ain't talking, don't mean she ain't spying. Look at her eyebrow all raised up, trying to peer out the corner, ear hustling, trying to look at every fucking single text message. She zoomed in. She took her little Oculus and just zoomed in. She watching. Oh, I ain't watching. I don't care about you. I ain't paying attention to you. This is all lies. They're paying attention. They're gathering information. They're seeing what you doing, who you talking to, making sure. But then if you do this to her, you're controlling, you're insecure, why you peeking over my corner? I need privacy. You see what I'm talking about? You don't need to be talking. They're always gathering information and data. Yeah. So people think, oh, I could see it coming. Nah, you're not really. Most people aren't astute. And if I was richer, I'll be able to control this. No, it's still going to do it. Especially if you dumb and dim with it, right? And you don't know what's coming. They going to get you. Especially if you think, well, she loved me and I'm different than all these others and she different. Okay, here we go.
That he feels are part of his identity that make him feel good as a man. Then he feels like I truly love him for him, but he also now wants my approval. I do a lot of things for him that his mother didn't do so that he finally feels like his childhood wound is starting to heal.
That's pretty crazy. I'll do things that his mother didn't do for him so his childhood wounds will be healed. That's deep.
Keep this going for a while and then you drop the bomb.
Keep this going for a while, then you drop the bomb. So this is where I say time is more efficient for them. So 6 months in a day, a year. I'm only long-term relationships. So that means long-term relationships, she's long-term manipulating you. So I keep this going, then I drop the bomb. Highly attractive women get over on this like crazy because we're going to be weak to her already. And she's already done this already. And she's already been exposed after a certain amount of time to be either a pathological liar, a psychopath, right? A head case. And the dude said, I don't care how pretty that girl is, get rid of her. All right. And he got rid of her. And now you've met this pretty girl and you're like, wow, I'm the first one to be nice to you. And she starts the game all over again. Right. But the other guy knows way too much. He knows she got a 50 body count. She knows she did trains and orgies. She knows she had a rich sugar daddy. She knows that that she's a fraud. He knows all the lies. She's exposed herself. So he ain't even looking at it no more. He like, whatever. All right, for every pretty woman you see, there's a guy that's tired of fucking her. He'll be like, I'll give me another one. Okay. Let's continue here. So she said, yeah, I'm going to drop the bomb. What's the bomb?
This is where you find one slight thing that he's done wrong, pick a fight, and make him feel the guilt. When he feels guilty enough, then he can drop the ask.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to pick a fight. I'm going to find that one thing and pick that fight. Whew. So this is when you be like, damn, she tripping. The relationship was good for 6 months, a year, year two. Fight picked. She's going to blame you for picking that fight. Then she said he can drop the ask. I think she meant she can drop the ask. But she said, I'm going to pick that fight. Exploit that insecurity. Pick that fight. She said, put shame and guilt. I think she said guilt. Make him feel guilty. Make him feel guilty. You didn't do this. You didn't communicate. You didn't assure me. You didn't give me trust. I violated you, but it was your fault. Yeah.
He doesn't want to lose all these great things that you've been love bombing him.
He don't want to lose that pussy. He don't want to lose the beautiful arm candy. He don't want to lose the easy access. He don't want to go into a drought. He don't want to lose the attention. He don't want to lose the cuddle time. He doesn't want to go back to paying whores. He doesn't want to go back to fat women. He doesn't want to go. So he doesn't want to lose all that. So he stays and says, I better work it out with her. I better retain this person as opposed to finding a new one and risking that I'm going to find another one. So he doesn't want to lose all that. He doesn't want to lose his kids. He doesn't want to lose his facade. He doesn't want to lose his identity. He doesn't want to lose his house. He doesn't want to lose the fact that he's got a beautiful girlfriend or a wife. Bait and switch. He doesn't want to lose the easy love and you're so handsome and I love you and she doesn't want to lose all that.
So he's going to do what you say in order to redeem himself.
All right, this is when you come back to the table and renegotiate. All right, so now that I violated you and I didn't follow your orders or program because you didn't do X, Y, and Z, now let's start over with a clean slate. Let's go ahead and do it now. Okay, and I'll be good now. He's going to do whatever order ever it takes. Okay, I'll be better at communicating. I'll be better at giving you more money. I'll be better at planning dates. I'll be better and more considerate of doing chores around the house. I'll be better and more considerate of making breakfast and lunch and dinner. Now they got him love bombed, snookered, and stuck. He's going to redeem himself in order to keep that access.
And that's when you throw back in the hero scenario. You make him feel like he's just saved the situation.
He saved the situation. Oh, just because you communicate now, it's better. Oh, you now make lunch on, you make the kids lunches in the morning. Hero. You pick up socks and put kids to bed. Hero. All right. You give me more money. Hero. Took me on vacation now. Hero. I just had to put in a little bit of guilt. Boom.
You've fully secured the addiction cycle. Some men listening to this are going to feel extremely triggered because they have been through this cycle with a woman. You feel like you're really in love. You feel like they really love you because of all the things that they've said, all the things that they've done. But you have to understand, if somebody is emotionally unattached, if they are just in it for their own gain, they use formulas that work. They look at behavior patterns.
And this is why women want you to be emotionally available. All right. This is why I always said an emotionally available man is a guy that's easily being able to swayed by these tactics. Right. So you're emotionally available. You just lost in the sauce and you're able to be swayed. You're unemotionally available. They can't get you here. Okay. They can't use these tactics. You're okay. I can't use anything. I can't get over him. He's indifferent. He's mysterious. He doesn't attach. You confuse me. They'll say things like this. You're playing with my head. You're confusing me. Well, that's what she's doing to you. She's playing with your head. She's trying to confuse you. Okay, so she wants to be able to get into that emotion and look at the behavior patterns, but you give her nothing. You don't say nothing. You don't tell her your fucking real name, middle name, none of that shit. You don't need to know all that.
And they just go with a formula to get what they want. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever been through this.
Yep. Oh, yeah, man. I've been through this. I've been through this with many. Yeah, I can't read you. I've been through this with many women. Unfortunately, guys, it is kind of how they operate. That's what they're doing. That's the game. That's the game they're running. There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it to win that game. What you have to do is find a way to be able to understand and recognize what they're doing. So when they're asking you questions, don't be like, oh, she really likes me. Oh, my middle name is this. And I grew up on this city and I was born here. And I'm the first of 4 kids. And I'm the middle child. And she just writing this shit down. And I'm a Libra. I'm a Sagittarius. I was born on this day. What day? She numerology. August what? August 8th? Oh, wow. August 8th. She in back in there. She looking at her charts. She trying to measure that shit up. August 8th versus July 15th. She trying to line that shit up. Right? But all that information is her gathering. What do you do for a living? This isn't to see if you're necessarily just financially stable. All right, she on Zillow, looking up your address. Do you own or rent? Huh. She could do this with multiple men. Most of these things are her doing this like it's the back of her hand. It's the back of her hand. Oh, by the way, she gives you a gift. She'll be the first one to give you a gift on your birthday. You start dating her, your birthday comes up first, she'll get you a gift. Why? She's going to establish a pattern that gift giving is a part of the relationship. That's manipulation. Manipulation isn't bad, but that's the way she manipulated it. Oh, I was very considerate. Then she's going to see if you use the gift. So she's going to come over and over. Did you use my gift? I see you use my gift. I see you didn't use my gift. These are all things. We aren't even thinking about this. We're thinking about trying to get her from the couch to the bed. This is how simple men are. Can I get her to the house for as cheap as possible? Get her something to drink. Get her from the couch to the fucking bed. That's all we're trying to do. And she could throw one monkey wrench in there. It's 9:30. She didn't talk for a whole hour. And you like, all right, bitch, I'm going to get her. So you thinking of getting her upstairs. I'm going to get the bitch upstairs now. And she says, are you hungry? See, we're simpletons. Now we're like, huh? Oh, shit. Okay, now she pulling this shit. So you be like, let me go through the cabinet real quick. All right, the bitch wants something to eat. All right, I got some graham crackers and peanut butter. I got a couple of pears and plums. I got some leftover barbecue. All right.
There's barbecue in there.
I got some barbecue. All right, what you want? And she goes, pfft. I don't think so. But your dick hard. Your dick been hard for a whole half an hour. She like, why don't we just go pick up something? Why don't we Uber eat something? You like, oh, what are you thinking? That's 45 minutes, an hour. You thought you was going to fuck and be back. She was going to be out of the house at 10:30. Now, this is going to midnight. You think it was an accident that she threw in that she was hungry an hour into that, knowing full and well you was about to get her upstairs and try to peel them panties off? No, that wasn't an accident. That was purposeful. She wasn't hungry. That was purposeful. She knew. Let me extend this shit out so this nigga don't get rid of me and try to get the nut. Yep, she just dragging this shit out. Let's make something. She started looking in your cabinets. Let's make something. I'll make some chili. Let's unthaw this ground beef. Nigga. She just delaying it. Seeing what you gonna do. Are you gonna just pick her up and throw her over your shoulder? Bitch, get on here. 98% of men are not gonna just throw her over the shoulder. All right, bitch, stop playing with me. All right, over the shoulder. Most of y'all don't date girls you can throw over the shoulder. Okay? Let me do the super chats, man. Okay? They're always trying to be a step ahead of you, which requires you to learn more game. But I'm going to tell you, all you're thinking is pussy. They think it way beyond that, which means, in effect, you're coming in at a major disadvantage. Most guys, major disadvantage. You're listening to a dating coach trying to get you laid. You are way behind the 8 ball.